Bonjour. Hey bartenders, it's Dave. Just wanted to say hello and introduce you to what we're going to be doing for the next few weeks. Here comes the vlog intro. So if you've been following BartenderHQ, you will know that we are changing things up a little bit. I have changed my career, I've changed my job, I'm working for different people, and a lot of stuff's going on, and I wanted to keep you guys up to date. I'm going to start doing a little bit more vlogging. With my new job, I am going to be travelling a lot more, so I'm going to be around the UK a lot. We're going to be looking at a lot of different bars around the sort of middle of the UK. I'm also going to be down in London quite a bit, but not necessarily focusing on the bars there, because I think a lot of focus goes onto London's bars already, so I'm going to kind of focus on the stuff outside London. Also, the bars that I'm going to be working with are going to be outside London, so if you are working in a bar between Oxford and Cambridge up to, say, Nottingham, Manchester way, give me a shout. I can come and see you, and I have some interesting products that you might be excited about playing with, and I can bring you samples, and that's always a good thing. I'm working for a group called Catalyst Brands. However, BartenderHQ is not going to be a Catalyst Brands kind of outlet. It's still going to be me. It's still going to be my kind of opinions on the bartending world and the state of the industry in the UK and stuff like that. We're going to still mention other brands. We're probably not going to review other people's spirits, as I mentioned on last week's podcast, because that seems a little bit unfair if I'm going to be promoting different spirits. So there will be differences, there will be stuff that changes. However, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to have my opinions on stuff. One thing we will probably do is make the podcast, we're going to give it an explicit tag. So if I decide to swear, it's okay. I've always tried to keep it clean, and then thinking about it, it's a bartending thing, so it's about booze. It's not really something that you should have your kids listening to anyway. So we will probably put that in, and then if we get passionate about something, if we get really into what we're talking about, that's not going to be a problem. Fair warning. Next thing, podcast is coming back later on today. Today is Sunday. You can probably tell I'm not at work. I'm sitting here in a Deathstroke t-shirt from the Arrow TV show, and my pyjamas and no shoes. So this is the joy of my new job. I'm not working. It's a bank holiday weekend in the UK. Normally pretty busy in the bars. I'm not in bars anymore. I've got the weekend off. And I'm not working tomorrow. Third thing, I love watching vlogs. I don't know why, I don't know what the appeal is of it, but I love watching stuff like Casey Neistat on YouTube. So this isn't going to be exactly like Casey Neistat. Okay, it's instantly more like Casey Neistat now, but I'm not going to be skateboarding through the streets because I will fall down and I will look ridiculous. No more ridiculous than this. As I'm not snowboarding, we'll take those off. But yeah, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my travels around the UK, about the bars that I visit, about the cool stuff that we're doing at some of these bars. There'll probably be a bit more of my family stuff coming into it. So just to give you a kind of overview as well, BartenderHQ, when I first started, the first podcast was September 2014. So it's been nearly 3 years now since we started this. Yes, it's been a little bit on and off, but that is because when we first started, I had a 2-3 month-year-old kid. They're not a lot of work, especially when mum's around and looking after the kids. Nowadays, I've got a 2.5, nearly 3-year-old and a 3 or 4 month old. All of a sudden, the really young one becomes a lot of work when you've also got the other one running around your ankles. My wife runs a pub as well, so we're busy. It makes it really tricky to get video stuff like this done. So I'm going to do a lot more stuff on the go. It's going to be a lot more stuff that's filmed on my phone when I'm out and about, and you'll see where I am. So yeah, since BartenderHQ started, a lot of things have changed. I'm married now. I now have 2 children. I have a completely different job. I've been through 2 or 3 jobs in the meantime. The way that I'm going to be producing content is going to be different. It's going to be a lot more kind of on the spot stuff. I'm going to show you around a bunch of bars that I'm going out to see, because I get to go to a bunch of different cities. I've got a really cool company car now. Really excited to see what I'm going to be looking after. So the stuff that I'm looking after at the moment, I've got a range of gins. I've got a Polish vodka. I've got a Scotch whiskey J&B Rare. I've got a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So things like Amaro Montenegro is one that I'm looking after. Cam & Sons, which is a British aperitif. I've got Gansha, Bottega Proseccos, things like that I'm looking after at the moment. There are going to be some changes. There's going to be some other gins coming in, I think, and probably some other stuff. We will find out exactly the details. If you are a Midlands bartender in the UK, if you are somewhere between Cambridge and Oxford, all the way up to Manchester, Nottingham, that kind of area, Leicester, Birmingham, Coventry, anywhere like that, get in touch if you want to have a look at any of these spirits. I can bring you samples, we can do a deal, and we can get you some really cool stuff to play with in your bar. If I can help you out, I will, and please feel free to get in touch. Keep an eye on the Instagram if you want to have a look at that. It's going to be at BartenderHQ Pics. Also, I'll shoot some of them over onto Twitter at BartenderHQ and on the Facebook page, and thank you very much for watching. This is not going to be a long blog. Each day is probably going to be a few minutes. It's going to be a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and just keeping you up to date on where I am if I see anything that's really cool. And probably there'll be a bit of family stuff as well. Maybe at the weekends you might get a bonus edition, and you can see what we're up to. But for now, that's it. Let me know what feedback you've got. If you've got anything you want to see on these shows, please let me know, and I would love to help you out. Cheers.